Use this team if you want to gain positive sets in the Ultra League. In my opinion, it's one of the most consistent teams that you can use. I made a video of the team yesterday, so if you haven't checked it out, feel free to check it out. Look at the battles. That way you can also look at different battles to better understand the team. Charizard will be the main safe swap, but you will safe swap Walrein if you get a Crest lead or if you get a Toxicroak lead. Now, those are big core breakers and it might be hard to overcome, but it is still possible. Before we get started, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. For this first match, we got Virizion against SCAB, which is a neutral lead. One thing you do have to worry about is the Mega Horn from SCAB. And they actually do have Aerolace, so 6 to the Aerolace and 8 counters to get to the Mega Horn. Gonna go ahead and throw a Sacred Sword right here. SCAB isn't the tankiest, so this actually does a pretty good amount of damage. And now we're looking good. Now, I'm pretty sure at the time when I counted it was like 8. It might have been like 8 Mega Horns, so I decided to shield, and we shielded correctly. I think they must have thrown right away when they got it. They're going to go ahead and swap out to the Charizard. If only it had Stone Edge. I really need to run a Virizion with Stone Edge. I just need to build another one, and I'll go ahead and do so when I can. We're going to go ahead and take this first move with the Walrein. It is going to hurt a lot, but I'm already a shield down, so I'm like, I don't feel like taking another, going on 2 shields down. We're going to go ahead and get to the back-to-back Icicle Spear. Throw this one right here, and look how much damage it does. This could potentially force his shield right here, and if it does, that's all I'm looking to do. We're gonna go ahead and throw it. A little bit of lag there. Man, they do use their second shield, and they even throw energy. They must have been worried. They must have lost count, or maybe not even have been counting. So they're gonna take us out right here, and now this gives us a perfect opportunity to farm with our own Charizard. Now the opponent's Charizard, I think it's running Fire Spin. So you definitely want to be running Wing Attack. And I'm like, we could take this first move. It's fine. We're going to take the Dragon Claw. And we're going to be able to get so much farm. And now we've built up to a Blast Burn. And they're going to bring in Obstagoon. I'm going to like wait for it to almost get to like 5 counters. I think it's like at 4 counters or so. We're going to throw this Blast Burn right here, which is going to do a lot of damage. Shields are down. And okay, so they were okay. They snuck in 5. And I was able to catch the Night Slash. Boom, soak it up, and now they're gonna go ahead and bring back SCAB. And I think I might have back-to-back Sacred Swords. So if they have a shield, it's gonna go, yep. And now we're gonna go ahead and do the last Sacred Sword. And this is gonna be more than enough to be able to take out this SCAB right here. Boom. And now all we have to do is, if we want to, farm down, but this right here is the power of Virizion. I feel like it's really so broken at times. We're gonna go ahead and boom, take it out right there. And that's going to be the first match. Moving on to the next match, we got Virizion against Poliwrath. So this is a very good lead for us. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Now, Poliwrath does have Icy Wind now, so it does make the match a little harder. And our opponent ended up swapping out to a Steelix, so maybe they don't have any... Maybe they don't have an Ice type attack. I don't know. I'm actually surprised, honestly. And now, boom. Sacred Sword is going to do a pretty good amount of damage. Now, Steelix, on the past season, it had Breaking Swipe, which was annoying, but now Breaking Swipe, it got nerfed. So I've been seeing a lot of Steelix running Psychic Fangs, things like that, which is still pretty decent, honestly. But since they can no longer debuff our attack, it actually makes the match still pretty easy. We're gonna go ahead and catch a move. I just felt like I needed Virizion. I don't want my Charizard to be paired up with it, so gonna go ahead and save it. We're gonna catch a Psychic Fangs. Now, I don't want to take any more damage, so I'm going to go ahead and throw the Icicle Spear right here, which should be more than enough to be able to take it out. That's why I'm so glad that it doesn't have Breaking Swipe anymore. I mean, it does have Breaking Swipe, but I'm glad that it's nerfed. That way, it's not as annoying. So, going to go ahead and take it out. They aren't able to get to a move, which I was actually surprised by. And we are going to be able to reach an Earthquake, which won't be doing too much. It's not Stab, but it's going to do the bigger damage. You obviously don't want to throw an Icicle Spear. And they don't shield, so good for us. They're going to go ahead. We're going to get farmed down. All good there. We do have a Virizion, and we have 2 shields. I forget how much energy, if I even have a move on the Virizion. So I'm kind of like, I think I'm like debating there a little bit of what to do. But ultimately, I realized that this Poliwrath has way too much energy. We're going to have to shield this first one. And it is the Icy Wind. They honestly should have just stayed in. If they had Icy Wind, they should have just stayed in, honestly. We're going to go ahead and do Leaf Blade right here. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, I don't think I decided to go, I don't remember. I actually don't think I used both shields. I just felt like it made no sense. we're gonna go ahead, you know, Virizion is gonna go down, but it's done its job. So we're gonna go ahead and do is bring in our Charizard. I just felt like I was gonna be able to get to a Dragon Claw before I got to another move. That way I can keep my shield. So whatever they have in the back, at least I have one shield, and they have a Guzzlord in the back, and they have a shiny Guzzlord. Now, I was actually thinking this match was gonna be a lot easier, but it's Guzzlord proves to be a pretty big tank, man. He's taking these super effective moves a lot better than I wanted him to. So it actually takes actually like 3 Dragon Claws. Now, maybe if you have a Charizard with high attack, maybe it would have just taken 2. Mine does have really good IVs, but because it does, its attack is very low, but it makes my Charizard bulkier. So it's kind of a trade-off there. And we managed to win. I feel bad for our opponent there. We win by CMP. That's the worst way to lose. Boom. We managed to take him out. Charizard is a beast for us right there. And now we're going to hop on to the third match. And Toxicroak is a huge core breaker. Now, I'll spoiler, I do end up losing this match, but it came so close. I honestly should have won this match. Now, against Jellicent, I believe the count to Surf is 4 for the first one and then 3 for the next 2. Right? So they're going to go ahead and they got to the Surf right there. We managed to do Blast Burn, which is going to do a lot more damage. So now what I'm going to have to shield this. I don't want the Charizard to go down just yet. And we're going to build up. We're going to I tried a CMP. Or actually, I don't remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I snuck in a wing attack. They're going to do that Surf right there. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is Blast Burn would do the bigger damage, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and this was me baiting through the Dragon Claw. Got the shield. Now, they were able to sneak in a Hex right there. But I'm going to be able to do the Dragon Claw. But this is, I catch the move. And this isn't a misplay. I'm catching the move. I'm playing well. I'm saving my Charizard for the Toxicroak. And now, look, this is where I make the mistake, guys. Huge mistake. I should have thrown that Icicle Spear. I should have just thrown it. I got super greedy. I'm like, dude, but like they brought in Steelix. I'm like, man, this is looking pretty good. They should have brought in the Toxicroak, but you guys are gonna end up seeing what happens. So they shield. They use their last shield, and I think this one actually has Breaking Swipe. And luckily, I don't get the attack debuff. I get to another Earthquake. And I thought Earthquake was going to be able to do a lot more damage. See, had I been able to win back alignment, that would have been so crucial for me. But I'm not able to. They're going to do Breaking Swipe, which isn't enough to take me out. But even me reaching the next Icicle Spear isn't going to be enough. Now, when I was playing this, I honestly thought that I was going to be able... I forget what I was going to say. I honestly thought that the Jellicent had gone down. I thought it had gone down, and look what ends up happening, guys. Look what ends up happening. So they're gonna break Swipe us, and then they're gonna go ahead and just sneak in that Jellicent right there. They had banked a move before they left, and they're gonna take us out. Boom. Our only win con against the Toxicroak is now gone. There is no way we're gonna be able to come back from this. I believe this is just a Surf, but that's all she wrote. The Toxicroak, let's see how far away it was from getting to a Sludge Bomb. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go ahead and throw a Sacred Sword here. Just whatever, man. We've already lost the game, but let's see how far away it was from 5. So it looks like it was 5 away to get to a Sludge Bomb. And had I had the Charizard, I would have been able to have reached that Blast Burn. And with those wing attacks, that should have been more than enough to be able to take it out. So definitely winnable match there, but hey, it happens, guys. On to the next match. We do lose lead here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is bring in our Charizard. They get 1 Incinerate right there before they leave. They're going to bring in the Greninja. Now for Greninja, it's going to be, well, at least it's like 3 for the Hydro Cannon. Now I could be wrong. I think it's 3 also for the first Night Slash, and then for the next 2. And then for the next Night Slash, at least it's going to be 2 Water Shuriken. And then correct me if I'm wrong with any of this information, guys. I want to make sure I provide you with the right information. So right there, they got another Water Shuriken, which is 2 now. Gonna go ahead and throw this Dragon Claw. And at that point, I'm like, and at that point, honestly, I'll be honest. I'm like, I feel like he's gonna keep throwing Night Slashes. And yeah, he threw another Night Slash, and he makes a really good move right here. He chooses to CMP, he throws the move. Had he not done that, that actually could have made that would have made things a lot easier for us. Now we're gonna get, what honestly, looking back at it, what I should have done was bring in the Wall Rain and farm it down. Farm it down, get so much energy, because now they're gonna be able to align their Talonflame to my Virizion. So I knew that, so I ended up bringing my Wall Rain, and they ended up switching to a Trevenant. But shielding here basically kind of sealed the deal of the match. We're not going to be able to, they're up a shield, so they're going to end up using it. We're not going to get to back to another 3 Icicle Spears is basically what we would have needed. And if we had been able to farm down, that would have been insane. But unfortunately, we don't. That honestly, maybe we could have won. Honestly, maybe we maybe could have won. But you know, we're not gonna be able to pull it off. We do get to back-to-back Icicle Spears, and they're gonna shield one of them now, obviously. And look, they're gonna get to like 3 Incinerates, and we end up going down, and that's all she wrote. This is probably a Brave Bird to the face. I'm sorry, Virizion, you're gonna go down. And it was actually Fly. Now I don't know if Fly's what its power is, but I think Fly looks like it's really good. It looks like it's really good. I'll have to look into it. And you don't get that debuff from Brave Bird, so maybe that's the way to play Talonflame. Okay, so now this is what I was talking about earlier in the video, guys. So when you get Elite Crest, swap in your Wall Ring. That's the only time you won't, one of the only times you won't save swap the Charizard. And our opponent made a huge mistake. They ended up swapping their Giratina. They have to be mad. I'm not sure why they do that. Normally, players will stay with their crest and maybe dip out after throwing the Grass Knot, or maybe just stay in because they will still beat the Wall Ring. But we managed to get them to switch, and they switched to Giratina. We're gonna throw an Icicle Spear right here. They didn't even bother shielding it, and they bring in a Swampert. So I'm like, dude, like, why wouldn't you bring your crest? So I'm like, unfortunately, this trainer is misplaying, and we're capitalizing on it. Gonna get to another Icicle Spear. I actually thought that this was just a Hydro Cannon, and I believe it was a Hydro Cannon. It is a Hydro Cannon, so I'm like, dude, okay. Like, he could have gone to the Earth, or he could have gone an Earthquake. I don't think he was there yet, but would have been better if he had thrown the Earthquake, and then it would have been able to take us out. And they bring back the crest, and they actually throw energy too. So Wall Rain is just beast in this match. Now we can align the Charizard exactly how we wanted this match to play off. We have the Virizion to pair up with the Swampert. So I'm surprised at this point that this trainer hasn't left the game, honestly. We're going to go ahead and take this like a champ. Moonblast isn't going to do anything to us. We're going to go ahead. Before my attack gets debuffed, I'm like, dude, let's just go ahead and throw Blast Burn. We're almost at the back-to-back Blast Burn tier. Going to go ahead and throw it. And man, Crest is just so tanky. So this is why I love bringing Charizard. It's just mainly for Crest here. And we're going to go ahead. I just shielded this one. It was honestly, I didn't have to, honestly. But I just shielded it, whatever. We're going to go ahead and now throw this Blast Burn, which is way more than enough to be able to take out this Crest. And actually, what I'm planning on doing is, I actually just want to win with my Charizard. I'm like, man, who the fire types winning against a water Pokemon. But I lost my train of thought there, guys. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but I basically just wanted my Charizard to win against Swampert. So we're going to go ahead and shield here, and we're going to be able to wing attack this Swampert down. Let's go. Yeah, I loved seeing that. And that's the end of the matches there for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This team is very consistent, so if you haven't tried it, try it out, guys. Let me know how it works out for you guys. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you on the next one.